Good morning.
Good morning. Everybody else? That's it. Good morning. So, my name is Sergio, and I am the first number you have in the boat documents. So, in the boat documents you get, when you do the check-in, in the first page you have two numbers. First number is me, is emergency number, 24 hours to 24. You can call me any time, but you must have a big problem. To give you one example, I am your Mayday. Don't do any Mayday without calling if you are in trouble. Second number is a technical number. Any problem you have on the boat, you have to call the second number. Water pressure, anything, the cells and anything. Okay? So what I do now is exactly to explain to you the route you can do in 1 week and explain the area and which type of a national park has to be paid or not. Now, you are going to sail between 3 different national parks. One, this is where we are, you have exactly the same maps on board. The first national park is the South Part. It's take the name of these islands, it's Tavolada National Park. And there's all this area. Still a little bit south. Second national park is Maddalena, and this is the beginning of Maddalena. And this is the end of National Park of Maddalena. So this National Park of Maddalena is the only national park that charges the money. Now, from last year we have the office here from the National Park of Maddalena. It was easy to buy the ticket. But here I have another chance. Google. In case you don't have the chance to buy the ticket in internet, you can go everywhere you want to go. Do everything you want to do, even without ticket. Drop the anchor, use the buoy even from the national park. In case you get control from the national park, you pay the ticket in the water. It's a little bit more expensive, but you can pay on the water, nothing happens. Okay? Then we have a national park of Bonifacio, and it's this one. So the only national park who charges the money is Maddalena. That's it. And this is a Bonifacio National Park. What I do now, I start from Portisco, where we are. I go immediately to the north, and then I come back and I take one piece on the south. In the end, I explain to you the best way to do the trip. Okay? Then we see even the weather forecast for the week. Now, we leave Marina di Portisco, where we are. We go out of the marina, we go immediately inside of National Park of Maddalena. And here you find the first islands, Sophie, we live on the right side, Caladivote Bay on the left, you keep going. Then Rocks of Poverty on the right side. And this, as you see in the maps, is a cardinal. This cardinal, is called the Puta Capaccia, doesn't exist anymore, but you can see one stick, like this. That means a rocks. So, in case you go here, you have to wiggle the nose, you have to tack and tack and tack. Be careful, don't push too much on the right side in the poverty, and don't push too much on the left. You have space enough to tack. Then you get out, and then you find 2 islands. Both of them is called Nibani Islands. This one is not allowed to go in the middle, so you have to leave both islands on the left side. Here. You can do this here and here, but it's not allowed from the national park. Even if you see the birds, don't do that. Just keep going. Leave both islands on the left, keep going, and then you are in front of the gate of Porto Cervo. Porto Cervo is like Monte Carlo, it's not real Sardinia, it's like a plastic place, very expensive, chic-mickey people, blah blah blah. So, now, but we have one chance. Cardinal, we have to respect this cardinal, so we live on the right side, keep going. When you go inside of the marina of Porto Cervo, immediately on your left side, here, you can see one floating pontoon. You can go in the floating pontoon, that doesn't exist anymore in line. So you have to drop the anchor, come back and tie the boat. Don't use electricity, don't use water. In this case, you can stay for 3-4 hours without pay, but don't touch anything. So in this case, you can stay and then leave. When you leave, respect the cardinal. Between the cardinal and the land, there is 2 rocks you can do, but you have to go slalom. So respect the cardinal. On the left, keep going. Islands of Felice, Capoferro, and we are exactly here. You can go in the middle. When you get out, you have in front of you the second biggest island of the National Park of Maddalena, Caprera. 3 points at the moment. We're setting up here, Caracoticcio. This one, as you see, 7 meters. So you can drop the anchor here and go snorkeling or with a dinghy to visit this little bay. It's a little paradise. But in Caracoticcio, I suggest to stay during the day. Don't spend the night. Not because it's not allowed, it's allowed. You can stay overnight. But the ground is all rocks. So if you spend the night, if you start to do 360, 100% you call me. Just in front of Caracoticcio, if you're sitting down, it's about 10-15 minutes. You go down, and you are in Cala Portese. This bay is really, you see, blue, 2 meters even in front of the beach, so it's quite deep. And it's completely different. Huge beach. The ground is all sand. You can drop all the chains you want to have a nice 360. You can stay even overnight if you like. Okay? Cala Portese. The third point, we sail around islands of Pecora. Be careful, shallow water, not good for sailing boats in the middle. Leave the islands on the right side. Keep it going. Green Boy, leave on the right. Keep it going. Porto Palma. This is the third point. Porto Palma is a really nice anchorage to spend the night, to stay overnight, do all type of wind. But when you go to Porto Palma, be careful on the right side. Here there is a couple of rocks. Stay in the middle, a little bit left. And you can go until the end. You see blue, that's the main street. You can drop the anchor here to have big, to have a nice 360, and you can stay overnight. In front of Porto Palma, if I keep going here, there is another bay, is the Golfo delle Saline. If you go here, even here is quite deep, completely, there's a beach here, the ground is all sand, but here on the right side, you can see a couple of buoys. It's a pay buoy, it's a private buoy, there is a guy, you can use the buoy instead of you to drop the anchor, but it's a pay buoy, and it's here. Then,
how much is for the buoy?
I don't know. It's different about the boat and everything. Then, I don't have space enough to have another map, but down here is a Golfo di Arzachena, is a really long bay. Be careful here, stay in the middle, Secca di Tremonti, stay in the middle and go down. In the end, on the right side, you Golfo di Arzachena. Golfo di Arzachena. In the end, on the right side, there is one marina. It's called Cannigione. There is a marina, and you can stay inside of the marina, or even they have the buoy outside of the marina. You can use the buoy. Of course, it's a pay buoy. Village, supermarket, everything. So there is even the beach close to the village, so you can go even swimming on the beach. So remember, Golfo di Arzachena. In the end, on the right side, Cannigione. Now we keep going.
What is the name of the marina?
Cannigione. Cannigione. Okay, then we leave, and now we are going between 2 villages. One is Maddalena, one is Palau. Immediately, probably Palau is much better in September, but immediately decide to go to Maddalena. It's much better. Palau is quite difficult to find a berth because there is lots of traffic with big boats to go the connection between Maddalena and Palau. So it's a little bit a mess. Go immediately to Maddalena, it's much better. To go to Maddalena, we can leave Santo Stefano Islands in both sides, left or right. If I leave right, it's easy, big wave, be careful with the ferry. If I leave the islands on the left, you can keep going here, then you arrive in one gate, red and green. When you're in the gate, it's not finished, because looks is all blue, but it's not. When you're on the gate, you have to find a green buoy, leave the buoy on the left, and then go to the marina. In this triangle is full of rocks and shallow water. So when you're on the gate, find the buoy, leave the buoy on the left, and then go to the marina. In Maddalena, we have two channels. One is the main marina, is this one, Cala Gavetta. In case you don't find a berth in Cala Gavetta, you can see when you are there, is visible. Here, you can see 4 or 5 floating pontoons, still in the center of the village. And you can moor in the boat, it's really safe. You can moor in the boat in the floating pontoon, it's always marina. But the main marina is this one. Then you have a second chance here, okay?
With the anchor also?
No, no way. I appreciate if all the questions you tell me in the end, because if I stop, it will take a long time. So, no anchor here, there's traffic anyhow, so it's a ferry, so it's impossible. This area is impossible to drop the anchor.
I mean on the...
Okay, then we leave Maddalena. Before keep going to go in the island, in the islands of the National Park of Maddalena, there is another little point. This one is a little marina. If you see this little bay, this is one village. It's called Porto Rafael. It's one village building from one Spanish architect many years ago. It's all white, a small street, but it could be really nice to stop and really cover because it's a high wheel. So really nice to stop to have lunch, to visit the village. And you have even one floating pontoon, a little marina. So you can stay in the anchor or you can stay in the little marina. But I suggest to visit the Porto Rafael. Then we keep going and then you find Sparga Islands. Two point, 1.5. The first bay is Cala Corsara, this one, amazing, beautiful. You can stay even overnight. Be careful because in front of the beach there is a couple of rocks, but you can drop the anchor just here. It's blue, so quite deep. So you can stay even overnight. If you don't feel comfortable here, just go to visit. You can drop the anchor in this area, but be careful to don't push too much. When you are in Cala Corsara, with the dinghy, snorkeling, or even walk, go to visit the beach, but even these parts. In this part, you have a couple of beaches, like a small hill in front of the sea, and the piece of the sea you have in front of the beach is like a swimming pool. So these parts, Cala Corsara, and these parts, you can drop the anchor. You can stay overnight, okay? Then, we are late in this area. I don't want to go to the marina. I'm looking for one safe place to drop the anchor and spend the night. You have two chances. One, you go down here, Porto Puldu. You see one little island. We leave the islands on the left side. You see white, 15 meters, and you can drop the anchor here. Really safe to spend the night. Porto Puldu. Second point is Porto Pozzo. This long bay, you stay in the middle, go down, 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 2 meters, then you can drop the anchor here. When you're here, be careful because on your right side here, you can see a floating pontoon, but the floating pontoon is not good for sailing boats. It's not deep enough, okay? But you can stay here. You can drop all the chains you want, and you can stay overnight. Then we keep going, and we go north, and we go to the last 3 islands of National Park of Maddalena. Budelli, Razzoli, and Santa Maria, 3 points. The first point is Santa Maria Island. There is a buoy. I don't know if the buoy exists again, but to go inside of this bay, in case you don't see the buoy, you have to go extremely right. So here, go inside and drop the anchor. Be careful because this is all shallow water and lots of rocks. So I drop the anchor in the middle. Beautiful. It's like to have the boat in the swimming pool. Cala Santa Maria. Second point, sailing around. Stay far away. Sailing around from these points. Be careful on the right side here. All shallow water. And you can go here, here, and drop the anchor. East part of Budelli. You can drop the anchor here. In this place, you can see the buoy of the National Park. You can use the buoy instead to drop the anchor. In case all the buoy is full, Then in the afternoon, many boats come back in the marina, pull up the anchor and take the boy, okay? It's much more safe. Third point, to go in the middle of the three islands, we have only one chance. Sailing around between Maddalena and Razzoli, go inside and drop the anchor here. It's the only chance to have to go inside. Even here, you find the buoy of the national park, in case you can use the buoy. Okay? And we are exactly here. Now, before cross over the border between Sardinia and Corsica, last point, this is the last marina in Sardinia, in the North Marina. In the maps, you can see Porto Longo Sardo. The village is called Santa Teresa di Gallura. And there is a nice marina, village, supermarket, restaurants. It's like a little bit Bonifacio, you have to go on top and everything. But the marina is a little bit far away from the village. The village is on top, the marina is down. Okay? But it's a really nice marina. To give you one example, Marina of Santa Teresa, Porto Longo Sardo, is only 5 miles to Lavezzi. It's a really close. Okay? So Santa Teresa di Gallura, now we cross over the border and we arrive to National Park of Bonifacio. The first 2 islands you find is Lavezzi and Cavallo. As you see here, is full of rocks. First of all, it's not allowed to sailing between Lavezzi and Cavallo. Forget it. You can do, but you have to know very, very well the area, because lots of rocks. It's not allowed to sailing between Cavallo and the land. Okay, too many rocks. So now we go to Lavezzi. The best place in Lavezzi is this bay. It's called Cala Lazzarina. This one. When you go to Cala Lazzarina, please spray hood down. One man in the front, slowly. You have to try to go inside of the bay. You have to go slalom with a couple of rocks is visible, piece of the rock is out of the water, and then try to drop the anchor inside of the bay. If you do this, it's amazing. You can stay even overnight, but careful, really careful in Lavezzi. This one. Before go on the west part, I go here, so we leave Cala Lazzarina. Another point, we're sailing up, Isla Piana. Isla Piana means flat islands. As you see here, from the island, 04. So 04, that means I can walk. It's all sand, but you can walk. You have the water on the belly. So 04. If I watch the maps, it's 2.9, 1.5, 04. What does it mean? That means the ground goes from 2.5, 3 meters, goes immediately up. It's all sand, it's all rocks, but it goes immediately up. So when you arrive to Isla Piana, 2.5, 3 meters, stop and drop the anchor. And this is one huge swimming pool, it's all white. You can stay even overnight. Then we leave Isla Piana. Stay careful here, don't push too much on the coast. Capo Pertusato. I saw many boats go to Bonifacio really far away, Boomerang and Bonifacio. Capo Pertusato is amazing. If you can do, for example, take off the sails, buy engine, even 200 meters from the coast, and go coast to coast. It's amazing. It's beautiful. And then inside of Bonifacio. When you go inside of Bonifacio, the marina is in the end. So you have to go all inside. The marina's office is just here, in the end of the marina. You have to go inside to everything. Be careful in Bonifacio, because it's not like Portisco. It's all floating pontoon. But between one floating pontoon to the other, there is not much space. In case they give the berth inside, don't try to do this game, because you don't have space. If you have 2 boats like this, in Bonifacio, you don't have the space to do it like this. Turn the boat before and go on the berth with the back immediately, because there is no chance, okay? So, and this is Bonifacio. Now, one little point, up to Bonifacio. You leave Bonifacio, you keep it going, Capofemo, keep it going, and then Cala Stagnolo. You see 7 meters, and then 1.40, 0102. So you can drop the anchor here. And this is an amazing bay. It's a beautiful beach. The water is like a swimming pool. So Cala Stagnolo, this one. Then we come back. We go up now. Now we have been to Lavezzi, stay sailing inside of National Park. Now I go 2 pieces on north, and then we come back all outside of National Park. In this case, we leave both islands on the left side, keep it going, and then Santa Manza, you can sailing down, and you can drop the anchor here. In Santa Manza, here is amazing because it's a nice repair, except north wind. Then we see the weather forecast. There is even one restaurant on the beach, it's called Maori. It's nice. Then you can go here, Plage de Baliste, this one. Amazing, beautiful. It's a huge beach, nice sea, and you can stay even overnight. Then up here we have Cala Golfo di Rondinara. Golfo di Rondinara, just be careful here on the right side, on the gate, extremely right. You can see 1 meter. Is one rocks on the right side. All the rest is all good because if you see in front of the beach 3.1, so quite deep. You can go inside of Cala Rondinara. Golfo di Rondinara, drop the anchor, you can stay overnight. Rondinara. Up to Rondinara, you have to go to Porto Vecchio. In this case, you have to decide Bonifacio or Porto Vecchio. Now, as I said before, now we come down, we go back, and we stay all outside of National Park. So we leave all the islands on the right. Northeast of Maddalena, we sailing down, Punta Lunga, Porto Massimo. This is like Porto Rafael, completely different. It's one little village in the middle of the rocks, and there is a marina, little marina. You can go inside of the marina, but you can stay even outside. Probably they still have the buoy, lots of buoy, so you can stay inside of the marina or outside of the marina on the buoy. Porto Massimo. In the maps is right Porto Lungo. Close to Porto Massimo, be careful, there is no sign, no buoy. This is all rocks, stay far away. There is another bay, it's called Spalmatore Bay, this one. Only buoy, pay buoy, is not allowed to drop the anchor for the national park, for strange coral and blah, blah, blah. So, Spalmatore is a really nice bay. There is one guy, it's called Armando. You can ask, there is 2 restaurants. One is Italian, one is typical Sardinia. They come to take you and to bring back after dinner. So if you want, you can have even a couple of restaurants. Then we leave. Now be careful here. In between Caprera and Maddalena, there is no buoy, no sign. It's full of rocks. Stay in the middle, go down, and you find 2 little islands. Both of them is called Islands of Italiani. You can leave the islands left or right. Okay, if you go down, Cala Garibaldi. This is a really safe bay. You can drop the anchor. Be careful, there is a couple of rocks close to the land here, and you can stay even overnight. And there is there is a museum of Garibaldi. It's even a nice trekking. Take 20 minutes, and you can arrive to the house of Garibaldi, Giuseppe Garibaldi. Okay, then we leave. Be careful, don't forget these points. Is one rocks really far away from the coast. Really, you can sail even between the rocks and the land, but don't do that. It's just a little bit down of the line of the water line, okay? And if you don't have any waves to see the white, you don't see anything. But these rocks is dangerous because it's a far away, but the problem is you are in cruising speed. It's not the approach of the bay, 2, 3 knots. This is a 7, 8, 9 knots. Okay, every time I have one boat touch these rocks, the boat is destroyed. I have always 2, 3 people in the hospital. So don't forget north of Caprera. Okay, then we're sailing down, and this is the beginning where we have been, where we start. Now we leave Marina di Portisco, Cardinal, Punta Volpe, Cardinal on the right, Capo Figari. Same things I tell you to Capo Pertusato. you see white. So, wow, so deep. 100 meters. Take off the cells by aging from the beginning, coast to coast, amazing, beautiful. And then inside Calamoresca Bay, we leave the little islands, Figarolo on the left, and you can drop the anchor in Calamoresca Bay. It's amazing, beautiful. It's amazing trekking to go on top. If you go on top, you go to the house of Guglielmo Marconi. This is where we start our telephone. The first contact from Sardinia, Italy, from Guglielmo Marconi. And this is the house of Guglielmo Marconi. But it's not only the house of Guglielmo Marconi. When you're on top, the view you have 360 degrees is amazing. Is amazing. Take 45 minutes to go on top, 25 to go down. But then you can swim. Okay? Then we leave Calamoresca, little commercial marina, Road Baranci. We live on the right side. When you get out here, there is a village. It's a fishing place, nice village. You can see 4 or 5 floating pontoon here. You can stay in the floating pontoon, and the boat is on the swimming pool. You can swim in the floating pontoon. It's amazing. Or you can drop the anchor even in front of the village. Supermarket, restaurants, pizzeria, restaurants on the beach, amazing ice cream. Okay, so this is another point. Then we go down. Now we go to Tavolara. Tavolara is not islands, it's a rocks. To give you one example, Tavolara looks is like ice rocks in Australia. The difference, ice rocks in Australia is on the desert, this one is on the sea. And there is no aborigines. To go here, now we're sailing down, stay in the middle, then up this bay. Even this bay is called Spalmatore Bay, like Maddalena. There is 2 restaurants on the beach, and this is amazing. Tavolara is amazing, it's beautiful. There is amazing trekking, but this is a high level, so you need a line and everything. But there is 2 restaurants on the beach, Tavolara. As you see here, there is another island, Molara. If you read on the maps, this area is a right Piscine di Molara. Piscine means swimming pool. So this area is all white, amazing, beautiful. If you have one lunch here, the view you have to Tavolara is amazing, beautiful. Then there is even Porto Taverna. This part could be nice. In Porto Taverna, in this bay, there is another restaurant that's really nice. It's a 12.1. You can drop the anchor. They have all the tables on the beach, okay? Now, I stop here because then we go south. So, and this is all the points. Now, if I take the points, the last point in the south, Molara, and the last point in the north, like Rondinaga and Calastagnolo, you are going to sail in between one piece of sea between 85 and 90 miles, probably between 80 to 90 miles. Of course, straight, easy, in 1 week. So you can split all this time. The best way to do the trip, don't lose time in the beginning, the first 2 days. Try to go soon as possible to the north point you want to go, or you can start even in the south. Go to the north point and then slowly, step by step, come back and touch all the points I give to you, okay? But in the beginning, try to do 2 big steps. Then you're okay. Because if you are on Wednesday or Thursday, you have to go to Bonifacio. Then it's going to be, then you have to come back, you have to run. And you run under stress on the boat because you know Friday you have to come back. This is the best place. Now, I see the weather forecast today.